All right, Dog Nation, this is Jeff Santel again with Mike Johnson. Good to have him back here around these parts. We're going to call him the PhD of pancakes maybe, or just really good tape.
Yeah.
Let's jump right into it. We got more real talk. We got offensive line guys. Let's start with the 5-star Broderick Jones out of Lithonia High School in Georgia. Right away, first thing, disclaimer here, Mike. This was him as a sophomore. What jumps out at you?
Well, first of all, size, upper body strength, finish, violence. You put it all together, and that's how you get 5-star prospects. And you and I were talking a little bit off camera. It kind of reminds me of Tennessee guy Wanye Morris when he was coming out of the state of Georgia. He's a guy that has great length, obviously is able to utilize his size, but leverage is the biggest thing I look at when I talk about this guy. It's easy to have a tall guy that's 6'6", 6'7", that does not use their arm and their full leverage. He looks like a guy who understands extension, who understands hip work, and understands an ability to run his feet. And looks like, you can see him communicating there on film. He understands his offense. He understands his role. And I tell you what, I wouldn't want to get in the big fella's way, that's for sure.
So you got him. He's about 6'6". He's about 300. He looks like he weighs 280. The 5-star, currently the nation's #2 offensive tackle. And he's going to enroll right away at Georgia. And I got to say this kid reminds me, with his ceiling and where he can be initially at Georgia, he looks to me like a play right away guy, much in the mold of an Andrew Thomas. You keep looking at all these clips here and basic stuff. I mean, one of the things here that we discuss a lot is, why is the tape on him about a couple of years old? Well, that was what was necessary to get him the offer. And you just imagine where he's going from this point during his sophomore season.
Yeah, he looks like a guy to me that even, you've seen basketball crossovers, guys that played the game of basketball. I played against a guy that went to Florida named Carlos Dunlap that was much like that had a ton of length, that was a basketball player. But when you talk about guys like that, sometimes it's hard to get them to play with that toughness. A lot of times basketball-bodied guys, taller guys, are finesse players. They understand that, that they need angles on some of these guys. Look at the way he finishes, though. The way he's got grip. You can tell he's got large hands. I played with a guy, DJ Fluker, who had an incredibly large hands, could grip, could move their feet. And when you have all those things together, the leverage and the hand grip, you're going to come away with pancakes. That's what you need for pancakes. You need grip. You need guys that play with leverage and guys that can run their feet. He's got all the, he's got all the tools. I don't have to tell people that are watching this film right now that he's really good. He's a 5-star player for a reason, and he's able to do all the above. And I think he looks equally talented too when you put on some of his pass protection kind of stuff. The good feet are going to show up. He's going to start to understand inside leverage. He's going to start to understand inside move techniques from the defensive lineman. But you can tell he moves well enough to be a dominant pass rusher as well.
All right, guys, Broderick Jones is going to enroll early at the University of Georgia, January 2020 guy. That's another acceleration perhaps for his chance to play early. You can see he can play left tackle and right tackle. Currently the highest rated guy in the Georgia 2020 offensive line class. Folks call that the Great Wall of Georgia. For Mike Johnson, I'm Jeff Santel. Thanks for stopping by.